Hello and welcome everyone to another StarCraft 2 England cast. Today I have got a game between NMxMasa as the blue Terran player and also xOSeither. I think it's Seither? Yeah, that seems about right. xOSeither versus NMxMasa. So, Seither is the red Terran player and Masa is the blue Terran player. And for those of you who don't know what Terran is, it's a TvT because there are two of them. And this is a 1v1 game on Entombed Valley. And boy, it should be good. I haven't cast many TvTs, so I'm probably, well, I've watched a lot of TvTs. I'm basically probably going to spend a lot of time filling space with, and the tanks are still in the siege line. Neither player has moved. One player inches slightly forward, the other player inches slightly forward. One player inches slightly back, and that will continue until the end of the game when someone eventually makes a mistake and loses everything. It's sort of, it's like any mirror match. It's intense. It's all down to kind of simple mistakes, except TvTs are drawn out and they just take forever. They don't really end quickly, and I think that's because it's all about kind of positioning. I mean, a ZVZ is all about speed, the Ling Bling micro. If you make one slip up in your micro and misclick or something, you lose everything to a Baneling. In TvT, it's much more slow-paced, where you can actually think about the move, which could potentially kill you. But anyway, Masa is getting up that one gas. His barracks is on the way as well. No gas out though yet for Seither, so probably going to see an early expansion out of him, or maybe some early pressure, but we will wait and see. This should be a really good game. I'm looking forward to it. Well, pretty much nothing is going on in this match. I will use this time to say, as always, if you do have any comments, criticism, constructive preferably, about the cast, please let me know, and obviously I can take that on board to try and make the cast better for people in the future. Also, you'll probably see my new banner down here-ish. It's for gamereplays.org. I am one of their featured casters, so I mean, go and check them out. It's a great site for getting all your replays. Also, I link all of my games there. I have a weekly news feature, etc. So just give them a check out. Obviously, also StarCraft2Cast.com often put my games up, so give them a quick fly. Follow me on Twitter and subscribe to my YouTube. Wow, that saved me some time at the end, but still, this game hasn't really gone much further. There is a single Reaper coming out so far for Masa, so a bit of Reaper harass will be coming forth. And, I mean, Seither should be okay dealing with that. He is getting his expansion exceptionally early because he has just got one barracks, and he's built nothing but SCVs and that barracks, so he's going to be getting up that expansion super quick. A couple of Marines guarding the ramp, and meanwhile, we will see the Masa has got that one Reaper out. And here it goes. It's going to be able to pick off that SCV, so the first kill will now go to Masa. Masa, meanwhile, getting his command center, but on the high ground, so not only is it later, but it's also got to fly down, and that'll delay time ever so slightly, but every little helps. For those in England, obviously every little helps is the tagline for Asda, which is part of the Walmart group. So, kind of interesting. Random facts for anyone who didn't know. And we will see that Seither just getting up some more Marines. He's got enough Marines really to deal with this Reaper. There is actually a, I think that's the second one. Yep, a second Reaper on the way. But that first one's going to have to pull back. 4 Marines can take out 1 Reaper. There is an SCV there as well for Masa, so maybe Masa is going to be trying to get a bunker down, but the SCV actually just going to go down from a slight misclick there, so slightly unfortunate. That command center is about to finish for Seither. The command center only about 3/4 done for Masa, who is getting 2 more barracks, no more gas. Both gases are done now though for Seither. He has got 3 barracks, so that'll be very good. Those 2 Reapers poking and prodding their way up, one on very low HP, so won't really be able to do much more. Meanwhile, Seither just getting 1 Marine at a time, because that's how badass people do it. And here we go, these Reapers are going to move in, but they are going to get caught off if they're not careful. Do you manage to snipe down 1 worker though? Obviously, killing workers 1 at a time is a very quick way to getting yourself more workers than they have. Stim on the way as well now for Masa, and he is morphing into an orbital commander. Scan goes off. We'll see both of these reactors go down on the barracks, so that's quite a big tell now for Seither on exactly what Masa's doing. We're going to see a lot of Marines. There is not a second gas either yet. Meanwhile, if we take a look at the worker count, bang on even. So, yeah, both players doing very well. Obviously, that one killed by Masa has meant that he has got actually behind, because Seither has got his second base up sooner. Those Marines will get picked off now, and there are some more coming in, but obviously just picking off anything, it just uses up some APM. And Masa now getting a very, very fast third base, and hidden behind this tall grass here, and in the steel choke point, so probably going to float it up here. That is really, really nice. I like that by Masa. That is sneaky, but obviously if it gets scouted, it could be a problem. But these rocks would have to be taken down first, so good move. I like that. A factory on the way now as well, so we will see some tanks quite soon. Meanwhile, a factory also on the way for xOSeither as well, so very, very similar timed factories, actually almost identical, so that's quite freaky. But I guess great minds think alike. Stim is about to finish up for Masa. Stim half done for xOSeither, +1 pretty much started simultaneously for both players as well, slightly ahead for xOSeither there as well in terms of upgrades, but obviously slightly behind in terms of Stim. So this is an insanely kind of even match at the moment. Both players doing pretty similar stuff. I mean, obviously xOSeither had his natural base out faster, but this third base is now done as well for Masa. So faster third by a considerable amount. A bunker coming down in the front for Masa. No bunker out here yet for xOSeither, so he's not too worried about the threat. A scan goes off, just sees everything. No tech lab yet. Factory on the way. There goes a reactor on this factory, so medevacs are going to be coming out super fast. Meanwhile, what will Masa do? Will he go for tanks, or will he go for those super fast medevacs as well? Only time will tell. Combat shield starting up for xOSeither as well now, so obviously his stim's about to finish. Combat shield. Oh no, not for xOSeither. Sorry, I can't even think. Combat shield for Masa and +1 infantry armor coming down for xOSeither. So xOSeither will have an upgrade advantage, and obviously upgrades really help. There goes combat shield for xOSeither as well now. Both players are getting out those starports with the reactors, so we are going to see quite a few medevacs out pretty damn quickly. And I mean, this is just the point in a ZVZ where not much happens, and there's not really much you can fill the time with, other than the fact that obviously Masa has got 3 bases, xOSeither only has 2. If we take a quick look at the unit counting, it's, well, 23 Marines against 29, but now 25 Marines, but obviously 2 Reapers, and the worker count is nearly identical, although we'll start going in Masa's favour just because of this extra base. And I mean, that hasn't been scouted, no sign of it being scouted anytime soon. Obviously very, very good. And there's a nice little transfer, moving that factory over onto the tech lab. Meanwhile, xOSeither has no sign of a tech lab yet, and he isn't really getting much in terms of upgrades. The first siege tank on the way. Obviously, that +1 infantry is coming out for xOSeither. He has finished +1 attack as well. +1 weapons is finished for Masa. No, they just starts +1 armor for the infantry, and I mean, double medevacs coming out for both players. Combat shield is about to finish up for xOSeither as well as that +1 infantry armor, +2 infantry weapons on the way as well now for Masa. And this is all pretty slow starting, both players just building up their army, and it looks like xOSeither could actually be gearing up to move forward, or he may just be tricking me into thinking that as kind of preempt. Oh no, he is moving forward, so we're going to see a bit of an engagement hopefully any second. That 1 Marine for Masa is going to die a horrible death. It was like 300, except there was just 1 against an army, and that doesn't work as well. You need a bit of backup, and here we go. xOSeither is just moving forward, and I mean, this could be a good engagement. Masa just moving another Marine down to see exactly what is going to be coming at him, and obviously that tank is there. Siege mode won't be done in time for Masa, but there is that bunker, and it does look like that bunker alone will cause xOSeither to pull back, not deciding to move forward. See, Masa does control this watchtower as well, although 1 Marine is moving up there. That Marine is 1-1 against a 1-0 Marine, so xOSeither will be able to take that out, although the first hit does go off, but it should be fine, and that Marine will survive and will take the watchtower. It will be a tremendous victory that his grandchildren will hear about for years to come. Anyway, siege mode is nearly done now for Masa. Meanwhile, if we take a look down here, Tech Lab only just getting started now for xOSeither, so obviously Masa's going to have those siege tanks out very, very much quicker. Also +1 Terran weapons on the way. +1 Terran weapons also on the way for xOSeither. Although xOSeither has also got 2 infantry upgrades on the way. Meanwhile, +1 infantry armor only about to finish up for xOSeither now. +2 infantry weapons, a lot behind that of xOSeither. So the upgrade advantage will be for xOSeither for the while. But obviously, xOSeither only just starting siege tech now, where it's finished for Masa. And it does look like this third base is being taken now by xOSeither, and he's transferring all the SCVs, but obviously this third base for Masa has been up for a long time, and now Masa looking like he's going to move out and move forward. Great time to push, because obviously this base has just been taken. He can move forward, and if he gets a good position, can shut it down, which would be absolutely huge. Masa does have the supply advantage, and we will see an orbital command is being morphed in now for xOSeither. Meanwhile, Masa just getting units, pretty much a lot of units. Tech Lab getting on that factory just built, taking down these rocks just to be able to get easier access. Those rocks go down incredibly quickly. And just moving forward again now, poking and prodding. Obviously xOSeither does control the watchtower, but here comes some Marines in. Those are 1-1 Marines against what will soon, which are 2-1, soon to be 2-2 Marines. So infantry upgrade advantage for xOSeither still. And obviously +1 vehicle weapons about to finish. Great siege up on the tanks, no siege mode. Siege mode is done for xOSeither, but he just hasn't used it. Huge amounts of damage coming in everywhere now. Those siege tanks doing tremendous splash damage to xOSeither's Marines. And I mean, xOSeither's going to have to pull back. Masa with a good engagement, but siege is now done for xOSeither, and he is going to be able to pick off those Marines pretty damn easily. And I mean, that tank actually getting focused down, that was a big hit for Masa there, and Masa can now start moving forward. Obviously he's got another 2 tanks on the way, got some more Marines moving up at this third base, killing off the center tower ASAP. Obviously the Marines though for xOSeither are on the way, but I mean, it's all about tank positioning. A good tank position will pretty much win this now, if Masa can get it. But it all depends whether you can move up. Here comes 2 tanks. If they get a good siege, then it will be a bit of a problem. Masa being forced to siege on the low ground, trying to force 1 tank up, but it's within range, and a bit more of an engagement going on here. And I mean, xOSeither's got a bit of problems because Masa is right on his doorstep at this third, but he isn't quite engaging yet. He can't get to it, and I mean, that's really key. That siege tank is completely blocking off the ramps, so he should be okay. I say should be because obviously there's a chance of misclicking, but what it does mean is this tank can pick off the sensor tower and missile turret, which will basically hide quite a lot of the army movements and things like that. A scan goes off as well for Masa, lifting some units up into that medevac, just dropping them down, and obviously the medevac is taking a lot of damage from the missile turret, but the missile turret does fall, and even xOSeither now just picking up some units in order to drop them forward, keeping them out of the range of this tank, which is really essential. And it's a sort of a stalemate moment here. Neither player can move their tanks, otherwise they will take huge splash damage. But having said that, you can move them with a medevac. And that's exactly what Masa's going to do. He's going to get a great position here with these tanks, and that third base is in a lot of problems. And if xOSeither does decide to move forward, then my oh my is he going to have problems. Those tanks are just doing huge damage to the SCVs. And xOSeither's trying to move forward to pick him off, but he can't. He's just having to retreat ASAP. Those SCVs taking a lot of damage. If we take a look at workers killed, 10 killed already. Look at the resources lost, more lost for xOSeither, and obviously he's lost his third base as well now. That is a huge loss. He is getting his 4th base up though. It is up and running. He just needs to fly it over, and I mean, this is all pretty damn close at the moment. And Masa is making a planetary fortress at his 4th base, so obviously xOSeither is 2 bases down now, which is not a good position, but he is moving some of these units around. The SCVs of Masa are getting pinged off. They're just being thrown away for supply, because obviously Masa knows he's ahead. He needs as much supply in his army as he can. He has got a 35 food advantage, and he's just got to be really careful. He needs to be so careful not to lose anything here. Moving that medevac forward. There goes a scan for xOSeither as well, but I mean, look at the tank count. That really tells you a lot. 12 tanks for Masa to 7 of xOSeither, so obviously xOSeither cannot move forward, and Masa has got the tanks to play with. He has got +3 Terran infantry on the way, and +2 vehicle weapons, 3 infantry on the way for xOSeither, and big engagement going on here. The tanks are doing a lot of damage, and there was a bad lift for Masa there, and great timing by xOSeither. Obviously, because all of his units were lifted, it looks like xOSeither's going to be able to clean this up, doing huge damage, picking off a lot of the medevacs as well. All of the tanks go down as well, and Masa is not in a good spot now, and this will allow xOSeither to take his 3rd base back, and obviously his 4th base is finished. Wow. That was fantastic by xOSeither, and a bit of a misstep by NMxMasa. Even Masa admitting it. Oh well, that was a bit dumb. Don't like to tell you, Masa, but yeah, kind of was. But that's fine, because Masa is obviously a great player. He should be able to hold this. I don't think xOSeither can actually assault this head on, because obviously there are now 4 tanks here. But if we take a look at the tank count now, it's 9-4, and it is 44 Marines to 53. And xOSeither even has more medevacs, so, and they are both are on equal numbers of SCVs as well, so they're about to be on equal bases as well, and this is all pretty crazy. Good tank position, nice spread out, but obviously Masa has a large area to defend. Look at all this space he's got to cover, and it looks like xOSeither is just toying with the idea of moving forward, but needs to be incredibly careful, because if he moves too quickly, then he could get caught in a big tank line. A great scan goes off. We'll see that Masa has unsieged all of his tanks, and xOSeither is actually going to take that advantage, but Masa moving forward, he does get the siege up, forcing xOSeither back again, and this is classic TvT, just this kind of tank dancing. You don't want to get into, don't want to siege up late, you don't want to take damage, you just got to be very, very careful. Now, medevac loading up with a drop full of Marines. 3-3 on the way for xOSeither. 3-3 already, 3-3 on the way for Masa rather. 3-3 already done for xOSeither. And just another factory on the way for xOSeither as well. I mean, if we take a look at the production facilities, it's a lot of barracks. Two factories for Masa against 1, 2, about to be 3 factories for xOSeither. And I mean, Masa's just got a good position here. xOSeither has to be really careful, doesn't want to take too much damage here. Obviously, +3 armor is done for Masa, so is +3 weapons, +3 vehicle weapons on the way for Masa. And what vehicle upgrades have we got here? +2 for xOSeither. So the tanks are slightly stronger on Masa's side. Both players are very, very equal supply again, and it is a bit of a stalemate. Now, there has been a drop up here. I missed that going off, but I mean, that seemed to have picked off quite a lot with mass repairs going off on this 4th base of xOSeither. It will get cleaned up, and if you take a look, it's pretty equal in the army killed and also the workers killed. So this is an insanely equal game right now, and it's all going to go down to one mistake. An earlier siege up by Masa there, and xOSeither trying to move forward, but he doesn't have those front tanks sieged, and I mean, big damage being taken on both sides. It's really hard to tell who's coming off better here. I do believe that Masa is currently just a bit better, but obviously those back tanks are doing huge amounts, and I mean, it just came out in favour of Masa there, I do believe, although more tanks were taken out by xOSeither. So again, this is just insanely close still, and xOSeither can't move forward because there are 4 tanks there, another one behind, couple more there as well. So both players just really, really, really close. If we take a look at the loss tab, slightly in favour of xOSeither actually, but not by much. 4,000 minerals isn't a large amount at this stage of the game. Obviously both players are on those 4 bases, and neither player has got any drops going off at the moment. And I mean, this is all pretty crazy. I'd like to see some drops coming across here, although obviously there are the sensor towers. But the one thing about those is the army's so far out of position, they have too many Marines uphauled. There is just no way that the army can go back to defend them too easily. But again, it's got into this stalemate position yet again, and it looks like Masa's just going to pull back. And I mean, just trying to reposition, get a good defensive position, and neither player wants to engage really, because the second they do, then obviously they've got to take a risk. Although having said that, Masa getting that food lead again, so looks like he's pulling it forward. And I mean, once he's got a decent food advantage, like now, he can just move forward and siege up very, very nicely. Those Marines aren't in a great position. So many get taken out. Look at the loss tab now, getting a lot closer. That one tank will probably go down for Masa. Scan goes off. We'll see all of those tanks there. There is no way that xOSeither can move forward reliably. The medevac coming in for a drop of Marines. Now, if he drops them right on the surface, I mean, they're splashing each other, those tanks there. Great little play by xOSeither, but obviously there's just so many tanks, and the medevacs were picked off by Masa. And look at that food advantage. A drop going off now at this base as well for Masa. Obviously that's doing huge damage, and I mean, really, xOSeither is in amazing problems, because obviously now he's lost this base, and it was the command center go down as well. He could have big problems. No sign of any counterattacks coming in either. Meanwhile, we have got a drop up here as well. A drop of units directly onto the tank line there. And I mean, I think Masa has pretty much got this now. The tanks for xOSeither have unsieged and are pulling back, but have managed to re-siege up. But obviously look at the supply difference, the base difference. Everything is in Masa's favour right now. And even the tank upgrades, +3 to +2. And wow, I think Masa has pretty much got this now, although obviously it all comes down to really any kind of bad positioning, and these tanks are moving forward along with a couple of Marines. We'll be able to pick this off, and there is no way xOSeither can defend both of these positions. So if this 4th base does go down now, that would be a massive loss. And if we take a look at the workers killed, 18 all, so 18 apiece, those Marines are going to get cleaned up. A good siege on the tanks, and to be honest, Masa's in a great spot here. And xOSeither's got a lot of problems. The scan does go off to see exactly what's happening. And now xOSeither moving up to defend this 4th base, which he has to do, because if he loses that, he's got huge problems. But he's left this bottom position completely exposed. And will Masa take advantage of that? We will wait and see. Masa, if he moves forward now and pins off this 3rd base, he is in such a strong position. But for some reason, it's just sitting back. I don't really know why. No scans have gone off or anything. Here we go. Masa is now just looking like he's going to move forward. Has scanned there to see nothing is there. And Masa is going to get that forward position. Those tanks are out of position there for xOSeither. Double siege goes up, but there's just so many more units for Masa. Masa has pretty much cleaned this up now, losing a lot of Marines. But xOSeither just losing so much stuff and is separated from his base. There is the GG. And that, my friends, was a TvT game between NMxMasa and xOSeither. If you did enjoy it, please subscribe to my YouTube, please follow me on Twitter, and please give me a thumbs up. Thank you very much for watching, and tune in again.